Good evening, all. Good evening, all. This is Satish Babu from Andhra Pradesh, and I'm as a farmer. I'm doing traditional farming. Traditional farming means we have in India we have 28 states, and we are having. If we compare food, clothes like that, there is a traditional clothes, traditional food. Likewise, there is a in agriculture also there is a traditional agriculture. So it depends upon the availability of it is dependent. It is this what is exactly what I mean to say. This traditional agriculture is not bringing anything from outside to the field. Within the field, we have to make everything possible. So our elders, my great grandfather was born in 1880, and at the age of 20 means 1900. Since then, he implemented this system. So we are seeing since then till today, it is almost all 124 years of journey. I am the fourth generation. No change, no change in the system. But for time being, for this system, for time being, we have changed a little bit what we call the crop pattern. So here the main role is cattle. Cattle is the main role, and as you seen on the screen, cattle are kept like that after grazing in the evening. You might see here we'll keep a long rope. For that long rope, a small rope will be tied one end to the rope and another end to the leg of the cattle. This is in the evening after grazing. We will keep them like this in a straight line. So, so, and next day morning, before 7 o'clock, they are released for grazing. Uh, So for the time constraint, I am forwarding this. So these are left for grazing in the morning. So again, after releasing them, 1 second. After releasing them for grazing, the rope which was tied last evening, that rope was changed the place. It will be changed to a head for 6 or 7 feet, leaving the dung and urine straight away to the soil where the cattle stays last night, all the night. It is very clear that this rope is shifting from this place to this, and this dung and urine is left to the soil straight away. And here, if we talk about the manpower, very less manpower. One man, that man is not able to walk properly. Also, he is managing almost all 34 to 37 cattle. So see how simple it was. It is. It will take only 5 minutes to change the place. So by this, why we are changing the place? You might know mastitis in the cattle is a dangerous disease throughout the world. Throughout the world. Like if we take America, which we feel that is a very hygienic country, there also in hygienic dairies, they are losing 11 to 17% of cattle due to this disease mastitis. In India, we are losing more than 32%. Some crores of rupees farmers are losing the income which they will get it through milk. So here, by changing the place, no bacteria will develop by the time and that will not, the cattle will not get affected, but because of that bacteria. So far till today, we are not traced any mastitis in our cattle. This is the very important underlining point throughout the world. It is a worldwide problem, global problem. So see, the work is finished for today, and after grazing. See, and our cattle, they are they are free for grazing from morning 7 to evening 5. No stress on them. They will they will graze freely. If cattle are kept in the shed for all the time, tied, they will lose their sense. They will lose their sense. Whatever we feed, they will take in, and they will give the milk and dung and urine, but they will lose sense definitely. So the senseless, whatever the outcome of the senseless cattle makes us also senseless, useless. So here they are totally free for grazing. They want to graze green grass here, and we kept this right side fodder, paddy stack, and water will be available around at any time. So even our see the this calves, all the time from morning to evening the calves will be with their mother. After 1.5 month, we leave total milk to the calves. By that, they are conceiving at the age of 18 months. 18 months. Even in NDRA, they are crossing 26 months because as they are stress free and all the milk is left out over there, they are by if we compare with other farmers, while they are getting one calf from one buffalo, we are getting two calves from one buffalo. So this is the what we call, this is also an important point you have to think. And now I will show you another global issue, that is weed. Weed is also a global issue. Now, again, we will take example of USA. If you go through Google and search search for the weedicide which was using by US, so they are mixing up 3 or 4 molecules for suppress this weed. But here in our system, you see this due to the urine, that urine acts as a uric acid and it removes weed. And by spreading this, as we are uniformly, we are shifting the cattle, the urine also will spread in a proper manner, and it will it uproots the weed. If there is any leftover weed is there, our cattle will graze. See how beautiful it was, how beautiful it is, how great it is. Our Indian traditional agriculture. I already have told you one global issue, that is mastitis, and this second issue. Now we are in agriculture. Why we are facing these problems means we are seeing towards western side. We are implementing western in our in Indian traditional agriculture. Westernization is not at all suitable for Indian traditional agriculture because our soil, for every 30 kilometers, our soil structure will change, our water availability will change, our climate will be changed, and for every 30 kilometers, there will be all these circumstances will change. So, no uniformity and no generalization in general, to make in general also it's not possible in India. So mechanization, I'm against mechanization, and I only believe cattle. So we'll go for another one. No? So in coconut, we'll change the pattern. We keep our cattle like this beneath the tree itself, coconut tree, and the dung and urine will be applied here. Whenever it waters, we apply water, then they will get mixed up, and that urine will goes through this root system. And Rugose spiraling white fly, you might know, you might heard about that, and it is disturbing the coconut farmers like anything throughout the world. But in our farm, we will not find any Rugose white fly, spiraling white fly. Recently, our Commissioner of Agriculture, Government of Andhra Pradesh, visited on this issue only to find whether why in our farm there is no trace of Ruga spiraling whitefly. He himself is a MSc agricultural graduate, so he thoroughly checked everything and he got satisfied. So see, and one important thing I missed, I jumped. Uh, Whatever we grow, that is single crop pattern. We grow paddy, maize, and coconut. You're seeing that now you are seeing the coconut, there will be no intercrop in the coconut. Why? Because if we keep in coconut another crop in this coconut, our cattle will not be allowed to graze in that coconut field. And by and large, any nut formation, either coconut, cashew nut, or mango, whatever are this peanut or whatever nut, they are formed with they will take more calcium from the soil. If this already this coconut tree will take more calcium from the soil, and again we are keeping another what might be cashew nut or this what we call now they are using now that what I forgot to tell you, they are in chocolates, cocoa, that also will take more calcium. Then distributing the same, already there is lapse of calcium availability in the soil. Again, we are keeping again the which will consume more calcium. They will distribute and we will give the same amount of the, in return we will get the same amount. If we have single pattern also, we will get more. Or if we keep another tree here on both, on commonly we will get one the same amount. By and large, we will input will be increased. Here, because of this dung and urine, you will not observe any fruit fall and flower fall. By that, we are crossing more than 270 nuts per year per tree per annum. As per Coconut Board of India, they will say that there are 135 or 140 nuts per year per annum, but we are crossing 270 nuts, almost all double the nuts. So, so that's why we are only opted single crop pattern. And in we have abundant available of abundant water, so we have abundant water in paddy also. In paddy also, we opted single crop pattern. Single crop pattern. And in the second crop, we will put some seeds of grass for the purpose of these cattle. Because because of the, even in harvesting also, we will do in traditional way only. Everything will take place in traditional way in our farm. This is our paddy farm. Yeah, this stack, we'll stack this paddy stack for the 2 months. Minimum 60 days we will keep like that, and it will get cured. It will get cured. So at the time of milling, for 75 kgs of paddy, we are getting 62 kgs of that is minimum. Or sometimes we are crossing another 2 kgs more we will get. We will observe very less brokens. When we compare with the same variety of paddy, we will call it as BPT 5204. When we compare with other practices, they are not getting more than 47 kgs, while we are crossing 62 kgs. 62 minus 47, almost all 15 to 14 kgs, I think. And my price of rice is I will show you. We are selling our rice at the price of 100 rupees a kilo. When we are getting 62 kgs means per bag, 75 kgs means it's a bag. 62 kgs means 6,200 around we are getting. And if we get 5 bags per acre, that is break even for us. Minimum 5 bags we get, that is break even for us. And above that, it is a profit at all. And he's the former DG of Indian Institute of Soil Sciences. He himself visited our farm and he selected the soil. He collected soil samples by geotagging. Mhm. Yes. See the shade now. It is almost all 12 o'clock in the afternoon summer. Just see how I am collecting these earthworms. Every farmer nowadays, it became a fashion that every farmer is showing that in our farm, as we are doing natural farming or organic farming, earthworms are there. For your kind information, earthworms will everywhere the earthworms will exist. Either if you take example of Musi River in Hyderabad, it is some sort of drainage system, drainage river. There also we will find these earthworms. So we cannot connect these earthworms to natural farming or some other farming. How these people in Delhi, if you take Delhi, people will exist in super society or super colonies, and at the same time there will be slums also there. The same people who born same, they will exist in some slums. Some people will exist in slums, and some people will exist in some higher localities. Likewise, these also will exist wherever they are. But it's absurd that saying that earthworms will be fine where the what organic agriculture or natural farming is going on. Yeah, he is a former vice chancellor of Jammu University, and Madam also she's a scientist in agriculture. When they visited our farm, I am showing that how water will goes inside. And nowadays, very casually, it is very important. Please be attentive. It is very important. Nowadays, everybody will say that if we have organic carbon in our farm, in our field, it will holds the more water pattern. But it's an absurd. Hosi will not hold the water. When we have cattle, they will go around this the farm. The dung applied, this is the dung applied. When we remove this dung after half decomposed, we find some holes. Minimum 15 holes per each dung. Whenever it rains, the water will goes through that holes and they will rest at 15 feet. We tried up to 8 feet. From there, we have sent a spring and it has gone beyond 15 feet. There, the water will rest, and whenever the plant needs water, that water through percolation, through vapor, it will reach the root. This is the system, not the organic carbon. If we have organic carbon, everybody will saying it became a passion for some, and they are misguiding the youngsters that the if we have organic carbon, the water holding capacity will more. That is a very bad on the path. Those who are saying that the reality is this: the water will goes up to 15 feet. That too, if we have cattle. Otherwise, the soil will get concrete and the water will drain out. See, see the holes and the water, how the water will goes when it rains. Minimum 2 liters of water in one hole, it will goes and rest at 15 feet. I challenge no one in the world will show this kind of reality. See the holes. These are done before the Vice Chancellor of Jammu University. See again. This is the stacking of paddy. Ma'am,
Mr. Yeah, Mr. Satish.
yeah, these PPTs are over, then in general discussion is there.
Okay. We might get disconnected in few seconds. In
Okay.
just 1 minute, we'll get disconnected. I'll just reconnect. Just in case if I get disconnected, we'll reconnect.
Okay, right.
Okay. Yeah. So can we take up some questions, or you wish to share some more
Yeah,
details?
I will share in general. General, I will share.
Yeah. Okay. In next 1 minute, you can share it.
Yeah.
And if you're comfortable, you can switch on your video also.
Yeah, sure.
You're going to share any presentation once again?
Sharing
Okay.
is over. Now only oral.
Okay. Yeah, please go ahead then.
Okay. Now everybody will think that when we talk about cattle, they will feel what we call the difficult. How we'll graze them, how we'll manage them means. But if we have cattle only, then it will makes us easy. And every year We have 30, as I told you, we have 37, 34 to 37. Our range is up to 40 only. Now it is for 34 to 37 cattle we have. Yeah.
You can on your video, then you can proceed.
Yeah. Every farmer, when we suggest about cattle, they will feel very difficult. But it is very easier. And as I told you, we have for 32, 30, 34 to 37 cattle, inclusive of calves, heifers, and bigger animal. And every calf, female calf, which we will get, it has to deliver for twice. Two calves they have to deliver here, and at the third calving, we'll sell them off. Likewise, every year we will sell 7 to 10 cattle, minimum 7 to 10 cattle. We have manpower of three manpower, and we'll pay them 1,50,000 per year. That is comes around 4,50,000. But here we are selling seven. I mean, if we make it 7 or 6, 6 into 1,10,000, 80,000 to 1,10,000. If we make on an average of 80,000 itself, 5 into 8, 4 lakhs we are getting. We have to pay 4,50,000 per them. Minimum of minimum, I am telling you now. Because the whatever the amount we are getting from selling of the cattle, that itself is enough for managing our farm, for manpower, for other things. And no manure is need for that, but it is much more for us, that manure. So if you are not adding manure, there is no question of pesticide itself. So here, if we speak about the role of cattle, more cattle, I will quote one thing: Swachh Bharat. Swachh Bharat, we all know about Swachh Bharat. At the time of Swachh Bharat, in our street, the person who is from right side, the house from right side, he used to sweep from that side to left side. From the person who is from left house, he used to sweep from that side to this side. At one point of time, we thought that the roads might disappear. In that way, the Swachh Bharat was done. And for that, Amitabh Bachchan, he is one brand ambassador, and Sachin Tendulkar also another brand ambassador. But now it's upside down. It's upside down. But our cattle from day one, they are not allowing us to apply chemical fertilizer to the soil. By that, soil remains Swachh. If soil remains Swachh, the water might be the river water or groundwater. That will also remain Swachh. If soil and water remain Swachh, what about the air which we breathe in? That will also remain Swachh. Main important components, main important elements which our body needs are food, water, and air, oxygen. These three, because of our cattle, they are out of 5 elements, they are maintaining 3 elements. 3 elements. How stronger they are? 3 elements. Our health is directly dependent on cattle, not on hospitals, not on doctor. Our future generations, the health of our future generations really depend upon the cattle itself. If cattle grows more, then our healthy nation will develop more, or else the hospitals will grow more. So we all request our Pradhan Mantri Modi ji to keep our cattle in the portal of Swachh Bharat. To promote cattle, they have to keep in the Swachh Bharat portal. This is how important it is. And another thing is the milk. As I told you, we leave total milk to the calves, and whatever the consumption in our domestic, that much milk we'll take. And another important one is I told you regarding paddy. And important one is maize. While we comes to maize is a different plot, paddy is a different plot, and this perennial coconut is different. If we talk about maize, as I told you, it's a single crop pattern. Actually, we keep seed around October 20th. In that particular time, there will be no work for the workers. No work for the workers. So they will come at 7:30 itself in the morning, and they leave at 1:30 afternoon. Likewise, while we are planting in the off season, the harvesting will also come in the half season at February first week. Then also the workers will available much, and they will come in the morning 7:30 as usual. They will leave 1:30. These people who are opting to buy crop year, two crops or three crops, two crops example, they harvested one crop. They will harvest at November. At that November, the people will be get shortage because everybody will get on the same harvesting on the same putting the seed on the same time means they will come at 8:30 and they'll leave at 11. So likewise, the harvesting will also will be done, and they will be the harvesting will come in the hot summer because we are hailing in this. We our in our place it will cross 42, 43 degrees. So when we compare this ours to other single crop pattern to double crop pattern, upon these persons, workers, those who are coming at 7 and leaving at 1:30, number of workers into working hours. We calculate number of workers into working hours, total hours. When the others, the total number of workers and the working hours, when we compare that, hardly we are getting 17,500 difference of 17,000 rupees 500 per acre. That itself is the second crop for us. That itself is the second crop for us. Why we are opting when we are opting single crop pattern, we are not using this power borewell. We are not drawing water from underground. We are saving power as well as water for the future generations. If once think crop by crop, we are going, if once water will not available, if we think that, what about our future generations? What about our future generations? We are growing the what might be paddy or whatever the crops without stuff, without nutrition values. This is deadly stuff, which makes us ill health. So it is must think. If farmers, you think of it. Every if we take suppose for example there is a car industry is there. If you want to buy a car, if you go to a car shoppy, they will say explain everything, and they will now all these car manufacturers what they have made a agreement that whoever want to buy a car they have to pay 21,000 rupees as an advance, then only they will prepare that type of car. Otherwise, they earlier they used to manufacture huge number of cars in huge varieties and available, and the purchaser will not purchase that manufactured car. They will get loss. So that the companies made a what we call agreement to collect 21,000. By that, for okay, black colors, so many cars, white, so many, orange, so many. Likewise, they are getting the chart. By that, they are not getting losses. Here in this agriculture, it is an unorganized sector. What we are doing is here also we want to live happily. We should follow that rule: demand supply. Demand is less, supply is more in agriculture sector. That's why we are going into the losses. If we are this kind of system, our system, agriculture, where what again I will point out that where water is less available, where rainfall is less available, there this will work extraordinarily. It will works extraordinarily. It will works. So I appeal to all the farmers to grow more and more cattle, then your losses will come down. Now you are not working for your family and your family members. You are working for your chemical fertilizer shop and pesticide shop who is selling pesticides and who are selling. You are working for them. You are paying for them, and you are making them happy. So think of this, and I hope that you will spread this to all the farmers and make them to grow more and more cattle. Then your overheads will cut down, and you will be happy. Okay, thank you, ma'am. Thank you for giving me this opportunity.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Satish, for the detailed presentation. Now I will quickly take up some questions. Just
Yes.
1 second. Okay. So how can cattle play a role in sustainable farming practices?
Yeah, I have shown you with videos, madam.
Hmm.
I have shown you that in videos, no?
Okay, just if you can uh, explain a little more.
No need of whatever the queries in agriculture. What are all the for all the queries in agriculture? This is the answerable. This is the only one and answer for all queries. If you talk about manpower, I told you that only with 3 men we are managing all. Manpower is less. Chemical fertilizer is less. Pesticide is less. By and large, if we sell our bigger cattle, then the amount is enough to manage all the things in our farm.
Okay.
We need not puddle double the times. We need not plow double the times. This is I strongly say that single crop double income. Single crop double income.
Okay. Next question is, what are the key benefits of integrating cattle into crop farming systems?
Yes. Now you might heard about this. Now Europeans and Western farmers they brought a word that regenerative agriculture. Regenerative agriculture. You heard about that? Yes. That is nothing but our Indian traditional agriculture. They are maintaining farm. They are keeping cattle, but they are not able to synchronize cattle and soil. Here in our system, in our Indian traditional agriculture, cattle, soil, and human health will be synchronized.
Okay.
Nowhere in the part, nowhere in the world except in India, this soil, cattle is the first stands cattle, then soil, then human health.
Okay. And how does cattle manure improve soil health and fertility?
Yes. Uh, we are, yeah, as humans, we are very proud to successfully we have sent this Chandrayaan 4 in the space. Na? Some
Yeah.
miles far off, we are succeeded that. But why not we are not succeeding to enrich the soil where we stands? Why we are failing? Because it is not in the hands of human, it is in the hands of only cattle and soil goes hand in hand.
Hmm. Okay. Okay. And can cattle grazing help in controlling weed growth on farms?
Yeah, that is a 10% it will help, but the urine main part is 100% urine is a must, and the cattle should be spread. It should graze while growing, while wandering in the field. The dung and the urine will be applied to the soil. That urine will act as a uric acid and it removes the weed. And if there is any leftover weed is there, that will be grazed by cattle.
Okay. And what are some challenges farmers face when adopting cattle-based agriculture?
It is the easiest of the agricultural system if when we compare throughout the world. It is the very easiest system. But
Can you
they
put
have
more
to
light
change.
on?
They have to change their mind. Crop by crop doesn't makes you prosperous. It will travel towards the depths. When we have cattle only, we will be happy, we will be prosperous, we will be everything will be get from cattle. If we take care of cattle, cattle will take care of everything.
Okay. And how does cattle-based agriculture contribute to reducing farm input costs?
As I told you now, single crop pattern, no need, single crop, double income. No need of double. If we go for crop by crop, we have to puddle twice, we have to plow twice, we have to sowing the seed twice, we have to harvesting twice and everything twice. If we have cattle, the same amount we will get from one single crop. By not, we need not plow twice, only once. No need of second time watering, no need of power, no need of manpower, no need of seed, no need of pesticide, no need of this fertilizer.
Okay. And what is the role of cattle in organic farming systems?
Without cattle, how organic system? And I told you now, there is a one here. There is another important point I would like to keep before you. Native cow, native breed. Now the persons, as per their perception, the people who are on stage speaking people, they will not do agriculture. They will speak on stage only. They will brought that what we call that native cow. But as far as myself is concerned, not it does not depends upon cow. It's only the cattle. It's graze with vision pleasure from morning to evening. That biological system will be very organic. It will be makes organic, not keeping the cow somewhere in the shade of the tree and not in the shade, giving the fodder, whatever the fodder available for us, the giving that it does not makes any sense.
Okay. How can cattle-based farming support rural economies and livelihoods?
Yes. The milk is entirely different from when we compare the cattle which is grazing free grazing and they kept in the shed. If we consume that, there's a lot of differences there. So milk, buttermilk, and curd, these will improve microbial system in our human body. When they are consuming powdered milk, so there are no microbial activity held in their body. That's why every time, everybody will be joining in the hospitals. Hospitals are growing more, medical shops are growing more, as well as until unless the production of chemical fertilizer has come down, then only it is very relation is there. So, as I told you now, cattle, soil, human health. Until unless the fertilizers usage is going high, immediately followed by pesticides. And that pesticides, while spraying, the farmers are affecting with that by directly they are breathing in that pesticide. So now villages are in very danger position rather than when we compare with these towns and cities.
Okay. What are environmental benefits of using cattle for regenerative agriculture?
Yeah, I told you now, out of 5 elements, these are controlling 3 elements. 3 elements are controlled by cattle. This soil, water, and air.
Okay. So Now we have the last question. How can farmers optimize cattle feed using crop residues?
Cattle, sorry,
Feed.
feed. We
I'll
need
repeat the question. How can farmers optimize cattle feed using crop residues?
Yeah. After harvesting of this one, what we say, maize. No, I told you we opt only single crop pattern in maize. After harvesting, whatever the stubble left over, that will be consumed for 3 months for 37 cattle. 3 months.
Okay.
So there will be no wastage at all. There is no input at all. There will be no wastage at all. After 3 years of starting this, the farmer is not going to spend not even a single paisa from his pocket. Only income will be there. Only the cattle will take care of everything. I mean to say, starting this cattle-based agriculture at this stage, we need not go for bigger animals. We can buy this leftover milk leftover calves are there. We will get it to 7 to 10,000 each. We'll start with them. We not think about that 1 lakh, 2 lakhs cost buffaloes, higher buffaloes. We'll start with this milk leftover cows will be available in mandi for 7 to 10,000. Best breed will be available.
Okay. Okay, Mr. Satish. I think, yeah. So now we have come to end of question round. On behalf of agricultureinformation.com, we like to thank you
Thank
for the
you.
presentation and answering all the questions. And I also like to thank my editorial team for sharing the questions. The meeting will now be closed. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Please.
Yeah.
Thank you.